Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, Pimp Sunkiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, with a quick intro read for a pick a card that I'm going to do following this. So this is basically a collective reading as an introduction to a bigger reading, okay? So I had just picked up my cards and was like, what it is, what we gonna do, how we gonna do this. And the card that came out from the Santa Muerte Oracle deck is number 19, which is Memories. And look at the imagery of that card. I just absolutely adore the imagery of that card. And as I said, it is the memory card, and it is labeled with the number 19. So we have the number 1 and the number 9 there. The number 1 indicating new beginnings, wholeness, unity, independence. And the number 9 representing endings. Ooh. Also representing new beginnings as it concerns something ending to begin. And with that being said, and for that matter, the number 9 is also a number of memories, because when things are ending, it triggers memories that you had with whatever or whoever the endings are happening with. So you go down the lines of your experiences with them, how they made you feel, if it benefited you, if it didn't benefit you, if it was a double-edged sword, and you put in a position to like compare and contrast as to what outweighed the other, such as if the good outweighed the bad or the bad outweighed the good, okay? Because sometimes, like when it comes to relationships specifically, it may not be the ending of that relationship, but it may be the ending of a phase or ending of the cycle in that relationship. Specifically if that relationship has brought you more benefits than setbacks. The good outweigh the bad. So you may choose to continue the relationship while just working on ending some things that are no longer conducive to the relationship. And all of that leads us to appreciation. Okay, and that being said, when you put the number 1 and the number 9 together, you get 10, which is the number of celebration. Celebrating the life of what has ended, and also celebrating the new life and the accomplishments that it represents, and the accomplishments that it is bringing with it and that you will make out of it. All right, so let's get into what this book says about this memory card. With me saying that memory card, it may be time to go through your phone and or other devices that you may have and clear out some memory space, or even upgrade the memory space that you have on your phone. I'm also saying that some people may even want to start creating a budget to be able to save to get a new device. Not necessarily to get rid of the old devices, but just to expand your space. Specifically, if you are into photojournalism or you make videos of any kind, anything that requires you to hold on to a lot of documents and or pictures, videos, music, or you do music and you have a lot of stuff taking up space on your devices, yeah, okay, things to think about. Weigh your options. Now, getting into this text, memory is the capacity to conserve and recall information, emotions, and events by searching within our minds. It forms one of the bases of human knowledge, and it is fed by the sensory impressions left on us by what surrounds us. And will, honey, as I turn the page, and will form the next material world of actions. Memory is also the function that allows us to recall our ancestors, the people we have loved that have left us, just like our past experiences. Happy Juneteenth. Okay, it was yesterday, but we can still live and thrive in the spirit. Nothing is a coincidence here, okay, that Juneteenth literally just passed. And here we are being led to have a reading over memories. And Juneteenth is all about the memories of the past unto the new beginnings, okay? How we be continuing the cycles of liberation. Yes, we got to know how we got there and how we got here in order to know where we going. And that'll get us into that good action that they is talking about. Now, in this text too, we got some advice of the dead. Take advantage of the reserve of culture, and experience that the people that came before us have accumulated. Take advantage of the reserve of culture and experience that the people that came before us have accumulated. Have accumulated. Now, all that being said, honey, has led me to say that memories is coming up right here, right now, today, because a major shift is about to happen. And it feels like it is worldly as much as it is individually. But there's been this like pressure in the air. And a lot of us have been challenged with feeling like tugs and pulled between excitement and nervousness. Seeming like on a subconscious level, knowing that you should be excited and prepped to celebrate and be happy about something. And some of us know specifically what these somethings are because it's been something specific that we've been working really hard on. But then at the same time, there seems to be this muscle memory surrounding anxiety and surrounding like always being on edge, ready to defend yourself or ready to prep for a harsh impact of some sort. And Spirit is acknowledging that this is very likely coming from some sort of PTSD surrounding taking blows and setbacks back to back, back to back, back to back. And I am picking up, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. I am picking up that some people have been in actual physically abusive relationships, and it's left this muscle memory on you of constantly being prepared for harsh impact. And since being out of it for so long, your body in some way, you've gotten, let's say, under control. At least you feel like you have it under control because you've been able to go through the motions of your everyday life without so much bodily disturbances in a way. Because for some of you, there are some disturbances there. You've just been like pushing yourself to work through it and constant effort to not feel. But now that energy has been redirected though up to your mental. And for some people, this is some warnings concerning preventing and being at risk for developing dementia the older you get, and or developing Alzheimer's, and or it's a certain type of dementia, sundowners dementia as well. So for some people, Spirit is saying that there's a risk of that due to the lack of actual processing and releasing. So therefore, stuffing memories down and not processing memories appropriately is causing an overload on your mentality, which is starting or has started the beginning phases of wearing on your brain, your actual physical brain. Whew, light, love, and healing. If you've been getting signs or messages or just constantly seeing things on social media that involve ginkgos, I think it's a type of herb called ginkgos, and there's lion's mane mushrooms. Also, if you've been getting signs to try out psychedelics for the sake of hypnosis, for the sake of psychological healing, okay, and do your research in doing things like this. Don't just be doing anything with anybody, you know, okay, and don't try to do these things alone, okay. So even if all you have is the certified person, someone who is qualified for that, and provenly qualified for that, because sometimes people who do hypnosis are spiritual workers, and in a spiritual sense, there's not really a way to get a certification for that. Like there is, but at the same time, it's limited in certain things, you know. So yeah, whether you go the spiritual or psychological route, or both ways with it, because there are psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, child. There are psychological therapists that also have like specializations and things of that nature in spirituality, the spiritual healing methods as well. So all of that to say, if you go through some form of hypnosis to help you unpack some things, bring up some repressed and suppressed memories, and like really help you process that and release it and continuously learn how to release it and just purge all that toxic, traumatic energy out of your brain space, out of your head space, out of your crown chakra. Okay? Do your research. But if you have been seeing like signs leading towards that, indulging in that, this is coming up as confirmation, as that would be something that could really benefit you and help. Also, I'm hearing help reduce some like bodily pains or soreness, headaches, inflammation, things of that nature, reoccurring illnesses, immune system struggles that you've been having, that'll help alleviate that. And like I said, heal your immune system as well and help you have more natural energy so that you're not just always running on fumes or running on autopilot, just going through the motions. You actually have real energy to not only do what you need to do, but also what you want to do. And child, all that Persian, and this is overall, whether the specifics of the Alzheimer's and inflammation and all of that resonate with you or not. Overall, in order for endings to truly end, for the beginnings to come in, space must be made. So, some people's like blessings that you've known are on the way and that you've been working for and that you've been praying for and all of that, some of the blessings and abundance and opportunities have been delayed because your process of releasing has been delayed. The blessings haven't had any way to come in because it's so much stuff lingering over from the past in more ways than one that are still remaining there and just taking up space, cluttering your space mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So you may even want to throw out your room, clean up your room, throw out your house, clean up your house. Just really like do a spring cleaning and a unpacking of your physical spaces. And I already mentioned the digital spaces. And also, I'm hearing womb cleanses, colon cleanses, intestinal cleanses. Really seeing what you need to do to purge your body's physical space. So going on a fast from something as well. I am hearing, sorry, trigger warning, I guess, but I am hearing fecal matter buildup. So trapped gas, trapped fecal matter inside the body needing to be released. Something that can help with that is senna tea, the root of kutso, and there's tea in that form as well. Chamomile helps with that as well. Different types of mint can help with that. Prunes, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, juicing the fruits and vegetables and drinking them and having light snacks for a period of time is a certain type of fasting. Again, do your research. Okay, invest in a nutritionist if you can, if you will. Work on a manifestation journey to bringing those sorts of things into your life. Okay, even if you think it is impossible, it's a time to pick up your beliefs and get your hopes up that you do deserve what is meant for you in all of the best of ways and highest of vibrations. And I have low-key, high-key covered a lot of the messages that really I already see and know are within these other two cards here. But we are going to get into the specificities of the other cards that we have here still. And I'll just, reiterate if needed and go deeper if needed. So these other two cards that we have here are tarot cards. They are from the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. And the first card that we have alongside here, elaborating the message of the Memories Oracle card, is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about evaluating what you have, evaluating what you have had, and cutting some things loose and still taking the values and the memories with you in the best of ways. Meaning that there's a certain level of regret that needs to be transmuted into gratitude. A certain amount of fears that needs to be transmuted into wisdom. Therefore, instead of moving out of fear, that action, taking action out, instead of taking action out of fear, taking action out of wisdom, or not taking action out of wisdom. And we have the number 8 on this card, which is the number of infinity, it's a number of karma, and it is a number of wholeness as well as community. How two or multiple wholes can come together and form a communitive force, a group force, a village, a strong one, a stable one, okay, an expanded and abundant one. Yes. Now, the figure of the number 8 represents as above, so below. Specifically, that phrase as it concerns karma. As above, so below. So, what's coming up here as a message from karma, what's coming to me, is there's a need to release this mentality and thought pattern that karma is a punishment system. Because many of you are sitting around wondering, what did I do to deserve this pain? What did I do to deserve that trauma? What did I do to deserve that betrayal? And it's because your mindset has been processing that karma is a punishment system. So if you feel like something is punishing you, it's because you're feeling like that is your karma. Your karma as in punishment from God. But it is not a punishment system. It's as above, so below. Something has been done and put out into the air, and it came back. And the way karma works, generational karma specifically, which will be coming up here because we're dealing with memories. This is some like sins of the father, sins of the mother, generational karma, generational pathology, blessings and or curses, if you will. Okay? And so, like I said, something was done and put out into the air, and it's like a boomerang, so it had to come back, and you just so happened to be standing in that particular spot when it came back, and it hit you and left you with a responsibility of transmuting the energy, okay, that fucked up energy that hit you all across the head, and transmuting that into gratitude, into wisdom, into true love, into more high vibrational counterparts of that negativity. So just a little exercise if you want to use it, because this is something that can also help your brain process things better as well. Something so simple as writing down a list of your negative thoughts, your fears, and things of that nature. Write them down, and then either go in a dictionary, the thesaurus, child. Either go in a dictionary or the thesaurus, or even type it on Google. Type in antonyms of such and such negative feeling or such and such negative word. And after you find, the word that you like best, that is more positive, therefore the opposite of the negativity that you wrote down, keep writing those words down, the positive words, and find affirmations or create affirmations with those optimistic, high vibrational counterparts. And that can be a major start to that energy just constantly multiplying itself in different ways. And that'll be your experience to see how that blooms for you specifically. But that is a start to transmuting your energy. And some things may happen in your life that trigger you, but it's like your higher self will be much more front and center mindlessly, and those will be tests basically to get your higher self to keep emerging and showing you what you're capable of in a high vibrational sense, and therefore getting you closer to understanding what you're capable of attracting as it concerns what is best for you and what is divinely purposed for you. And we'll go deeper into those themes in the pick a card. Everything that I done tapped on in here, I'm going to form a pick a card surrounded by those concepts to get deeper and more elaborated messages, and also that are a bit more specific. Okay, now we have the number 1 here again as it concerns the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, the wand suit overall, is all about action. But the Ace of Wands in particular is about that right action. All the right moves in all the right places. That type action. So your third eye, your sense of discernment, is really trying to come through for you. Your higher self is really, really doing its big one to come through for you. There are just certain exercises that need to be done to clear the way for your higher self. It's a lot of muck and grime and residual dust and things in your spiritual space and your mental space and your physical space as it concerns certain areas of your body. Remember, I touched on that at the beginning, that need to be moved out the way. Your higher self needs space. Okay? And specifically too, because when your higher self come through, there's a boatload of confidence that comes through as well. And all of that to say that a part of that right action that needs to be taken is working out more, doing yoga, getting into Pilates, even if you just walk the block or run on a treadmill for a little bit, you get you one of them bikes, one of them exercise bikes, and do that, or do a couple of squats and jumping jacks or whatever. Do something. Start small if you need to, but work your body out. Okay? Do some dance workouts, dance to yourself, child. Just turn on the music and move. That'll help you burn some calories as well. Okay? But it needs to be something that is non-obligatory, if you will, non-transactional. Okay, that's coming up for a reason. So it seems like if you're a trainer or a professional dancer of any sort, so if you're a stripper or if you are a professional background dancer, dancing is somewhere a part of your job or your career, you a go-go dancer, bottle girl, waitress at a club, whatever, what have you, there's a need to do more physical activity outside of the physical activity that requires, because something that you may not have been realizing is that, yeah, you're dancing and doing physical activity and that can be good for the body, but under the circumstances, it's being done so to transfer energy to other people, a lot of different other people at one time. And, if you're a trainer, you have one-on-one sessions for any reason, then you're constantly transferring your energy, giving your energy away, giving your power away to someone else to uplift them. And because of the circumstances, one of it being obligatory and two of it being for money, if that's the case for you, the only thing you're getting back is money. So it's like you are allowing everybody to parasite off of your energy for you to get your money. And if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But it means that in order to be healthy with it, then there has to be time and effort and a routine of having physical activity outside of that is simply for you to build yourself up. Also, this can also apply, what I just said, the message that I just said, can also apply to people who are in massage therapy and or cosmetology. You do hair, you do nails, esthetician work, things of that nature. And especially with those types of things, it has you doing like specific positions over and over and over again, and your muscle memory is begging to have some flexibility and some variety, and your body is begging to have more flexibility and more variety in its movements, because that stiffness and the way that stiffness is causing you to remain and function on a limited frequency is not only what's contributing to the bodily aches and pains and soreness and immune system struggles and all of that, but it's also contributing to your manifestation frequency functioning in a limited way as well. It's like a post that I saw the other day that said, there's a quote that says, what you fear, you attract. And there is some truth to that. But what I found funny about that is because it immediately popped in my head that, like, yeah, that don't really work when it comes to manifesting what you want and your divine purpose and money and shit like that. If you fear money, it's gonna be real hard for you to attract money. If you fear success, it's gonna be real hard for you to attract success. And I feel like that's because those particular fears surround stability and foundation as well as action, which is the root chakra, which is also about protection and feeling safe and feeling taken care of. So if you have fears surrounding your root chakra, that is literally the kryptonite to your root chakra. The presence of you functioning and moving out of fear is literally the sign that your root chakra is underactive. It means that your frequency of taking care of yourself or feeling like that you are going to be taken care of, which is trust. Okay, so if you having trust issues with yourself and God, yeah, this is, what you fear will not be what you attract. What you fear, you will keep away, and you will actively keep it away, because those fears will drive you to take action that shields you and or limits you from attracting what you want and or what your soul wants. Because the human side of us is our physical side. And that's the side that is more in tune with the primal, therefore more in tune with survival mode. So if we feel like fear or money will bring us some sort of danger, or mishaps, instability will bring us angst, pain, or any type of struggle and chaos, whether it be in the form of jealousy and people always being in your face wanting something, or if you have a mindset of more money, more problems, or if you have like a pathology of people feeling like you a sellout if you get money, or people fearing having money because they don't know what to do with it. Okay, stuff like that. And it can be stuff that you're not even thoroughly clear on at the moment. But this is spirit saying that these are some starts to helping you gain a better start. Because when you do physical activity, it's not just physical. Like, the energy that you're clearing out and building when you're working out, like especially if you're saying affirmations to yourself, will help spiritual releases and repressed memories, repressed emotions, and all of that to come up, so that it can come out and be released. You see. And so the other end of it, with the Ace of Wands card, is a lot of people waiting to see what specific moves to take. Like, you need to make a different move. You need to leave a job or whatever. You need to take a particular step in a new direction. And for some people, you needed to do more research. I really feel like they can go for overall. Needed to do more research on your different options. And then also, it's kind of a waiting game. Like, you're thinking, oh, well, I'm doing this and I've done that and I've done this research here and I went over here and I asked about this and it seemed like nothing I've done has been working. So, like, what? But you feeling like, do you just need to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it? And it's like, yeah, but at the same time, I'm picking up something that's saying that is kind of coming from feeling like if you don't do it, it won't get done. And that's dismissive to your spiritual realm, your spiritual self that is there to help you out, i.e. God. God, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, all them folks. You know what I'm saying? So that's also why you're being given these different methods and things to start with that are actually forms of self-care. Because I'm picking up that for some people, there is something that is going to drop out of the sky. And it's not even really going to drop out of the sky. Because it's something that you did that you probably forgot about or just thought it didn't go nowhere or whatever. It could be an application that you did a while back. Or something that you saw was open a while back and you either engaged in it or you didn't engage in it. But either way, you feel like you missed your opportunity or you feel like it just fell through, whatever, what have you. Spirit, that's like life's rejection is God's protection type shit. Because, again, things needing to be cleared out. And so that thing, whatever it is, can't fall out of the sky until you clear all this other stuff out. So yeah, that clarity is coming, basically. The clarity is coming. The shoe will drop. All that. It's just a lot of shit that needs to be cleared out. And a final message of sometimes the best action is no action. So I feel like that's going towards some people who have had things seemingly just falling apart back to back all around them. They feel like a child. And probably things around you have literally been falling apart. I'm picking up tornadoes and such, or people's homes being ruined by storms or fires, or just the home just wearing completely out and just dry rot, falling apart, things of that nature. Relationships falling apart all around them. Major shakeups, things of that nature. So car repossessions, eviction notices. I'm hearing somebody has been trying to just work on a car and work on a car and work on a car for years, and Usually it just picks up and keeps on going, but lately it's just been going. Like, it's been making an executive decision to just fall completely apart and basically force you to get another car, or force you to move, force you to do away with and accept defeat with whatever it is that has been falling apart, and just move on to get a new one, another one. And Spirit is saying, let it burn, yeah, let it burn, gotta let it burn. Because it's hard and it's frustrating, and as horrific and scary as it can be, and as it is for some of you, and light, love, and healing to you on that, protection and providing for to you on that. So Spirit is giving you and extending to you through me that grace and compassion, and also giving you some clarity again that sometimes the best action is no action in the case of things being determined to fall apart. Let it fall apart. Let it go. Even if it's some of you that are dealing with, relationships falling apart all around you, or losing friendships, or whatever, what have you. Let it go. If it is meant for you for real, and that's just like somewhat of a harsh, discomforting lesson with some shit, but it's real. If it's for you, you're gonna know for a fact that it's for you, especially after this phase. Like, if it's meant to come back to you at a later time, you're gonna know at that time that it comes back for certain, whether or not it is truly for you. Okay? And that's like as it concerns the relationship aspects and the material aspects. Like I said, let it go, honey. Let it go, because it's just time for you to get a new whole total new. Okay? And it's the new that you've been praying for. It just so happens to happen in a way that you did not hope for at all. And Spirit is just saying that it's something karmic in your family's pathology that has a hard time with letting things go. And it could be you come from a long line of hoarders, or you come from a long line of grudge holders. And so one way or another, this lesson with losing things, feeling like you're losing things, is coming from that. And it's placed the responsibility on you to transmute that energy into something more high vibrational, such as you're not really losing what you think you're losing. You haven't lost what you think you lost. You're actually gaining so many different things that are going to be so much better than what you thought was so great. And it doesn't mean that you don't still hold the gratitude and the memories in your heart and in your mind for it. It's just that you wanted something better and you deserve something better. So you have to use those things, those memories, that grace, that wisdom, and put it into action so that you can manifest that essence back with a whole lot of other things that are so much better and a part of your greatest dreams and your wildest dreams. And that is it for this video and this collective reading, okay? And again, this is an intro to a pick a card reading that I'm going to do surrounding some of the things that came up in this one, and we're gonna go a little deeper and a little bit more specific as we can, because it'll be different groups that you choose from. And like I said, I'll be going into some specific things that came up through this video. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I'm thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe, so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless my comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.